Told my classmate the why she was adopted all because of a pork chop. Okay, back in 7th grade, I was a fat kid who likes to eat food all day. After our first class ended, we had our recess and the canteen was cooking pork chop. The smell of pork chop went to our room and I was salivating. So I went to our canteen and I bought pork chop. For a 7th grader like me it was expensive because I have a meager amount of lunch money. My classmate, a girl, approached my table and she was taunting me and bothering my peaceful eating. I was irritated and told her to stop. But she won't budge and took my pork chop. I was furious and I'm afraid that it will drop on the floor. Out of my anger I told her, stop it, give it back to me. Do you know why you're adopted? Because your parents don't like you. I saw her face in shock and returned my pork chop. Then she went to her best friend and I cried. The reason why I knew she was adopted because her best friend told me the other day. I apologized to her but I think it scarred her for life. Until today, I still feel guilty about myself and always think why I did that.
Made a kid do the middle finger and didn't told it was me. So when I was in kindergarten, I was probably 4 to 6 years old, a boy came up to me and said, do this with your hand with fingers splayed. So I did. Then he said, now do this with your hand raised fist. So I did. Then he said, now do this finger. He puts up his middle finger. I didn't know what the middle finger was then. So I did. Then he said after let's say 3 seconds that was actually the middle finger, and it was bad. So next day I came up to one of my classmates, which I was sure he had a crush on me but I didn't like him so much. I said to him straightforward that middle finger, this is a good finger, so first. He tried it and I said, yes, that's the good finger. So let's say in 5 minutes, he pulled up his middle finger in my face while the teacher was teaching, and the teacher saw and he got in trouble. Reminder, we were in kindergarten, so they put duct tape to his fingers so his fingers were like covered in duct tape, and the teacher asked one of my classmates, and she said no obviously. The next day the teacher asked me if I did that, teached him to do the middle finger. I said no. To this day no one knew it was me.
Divvied up a girl's stolen pogs in 4th grade that my friend stole. Pogs were all the rage in indoor recess when I was in 4th grade. One day, the teacher announced that this girl's pogs had been stolen out of her desk. Nobody fessed up, it was a big deal, and recess was ended early. A day or two later, I go to my friend's house, and he had stolen them. I guess he had some crush on her and this was some weird manifestation of that. Anyways, he asked if I wanted to split them, and I said yeah. I took the big tube they came in 2 and 25 years later, I still have that tube with her initials on it. I sprayed WD-40 in a kid's eyes because he wouldn't let me go to his birthday party. It was 26 years ago, I was 7, he was turning 7 and Robert asked me to go to his party. So it's Saturday, I arrived at my grandparents' house ready for the party all excited. I rock up to Robert's front gate to see all my friends having fun and playing away. I enter, Robert appears and says, you're not allowed in. I ask, why not? To which Robert replies, because I said so. I left Robert's front gate and walked back down the street to my grandparents' house again. Robert follows me, you can't come in, you can't come in. And follows me into my granddad's garage where I told him to go away and get out of my driveway. He ignored this request and continued with a barrage of insults and teasing me. I decided enough was enough and picked up a bottle of WD-40 and sprayed it right in his eyes. To this day I have not seen Robert, nor do I know how he is. All I know is he got what he deserved and I'm not sorry.